Alright, folks, today is the day. We had a few missteps along the way, on a little bit of time, but if we have done everything correctly, then now should be the time that we fully survive this season of Yule and actually solve the whole mystery aspect of the romance mystery neath the earth. First time playing, never got to make it this far, because I was too head over heels in front of Archie, or with Archie, and wanted an easy way to rescue him from the gallows, and had chosen the absolutely worst way to do so. I'm thinking if you did want to pull on higher powers, maybe somebody who was wooing Mr. Pages and doing right by him and towing the line as well as Grizz does at the start of the game might be able to get some pull with him. Because when we spoke to him this time, his hands were tied. He didn't care. He was going to send a fruit basket at most. He's got no authority over the constabulary. Mr. Fires might, but he's over up in his dirigible. So he had no inclination to actually lift a claw. But maybe he would. If you, Pages, and maybe Grizz were on tighter terms. I think we picked up an achievement yesterday too. Does that mean we got more sigil? Revelation that usurps expectation. For the Hallowmas confession, Ark of a Descent, that has in fact occurred. That which is altered has not ceased to be as it was. Ended the game with an infernal solution to a legal conundrum. Don't do that. Liberation of the Roses. You experienced the season of the rose. Barely. At least I got to play the season of Yule enough on the previous playthrough to make my mistake and skip to the end. The only experience of season of the rose that we had the last time was Rose happened and we got rescued by a priest, and that was it. Season of Confessions we've already got, so I think that's it for the new stuff. Carelessness in the matter of my soul, leading directly to Forge of Souls, Meaningful Connection, Season of Yule. Okay, so that's all the new stuff we got. Just the one then. Let's do this. We've already got Milton to agree to confess in court. And Milton is willing to hang and die for Archie, because it could better himself. He gets bigger and better and stronger if he dies, and he's feeling incomplete right now, so this is a good thing for him. And I've gone through the kindness of establishing the Infernal Embassy, so who knows? Either Milton takes the gallows for Archie, or Virginia pulls through to rescue a diplomatic asset. Story's all filled out, poison candle. Phoebe was merely lighting candles, that's it. Honest mistake. All she did. All she had done was make an honest mistake and put some candles out. Milton, for unknown purposes, exacerbated the candles and made them glow fuller than they should have. So that is a story we're going to give Harjeet. It is morning of 3:03. I think we have a full day today, one morning tomorrow, and then we have to make sure we give our story to Harjeet in the afternoon. He said we have 3 full days. 3 full days, and tomorrow afternoon is the end of the 3 full days. Would have did it all last night, but I was still feeling very lightheaded from spending an entire day in San Francisco for Pride. There was so much enthusiasm, so much cheering, so much spectacle, so much emotion. Literally, my head was still reeling. But feeling much better now, so we could possibly take this all the way through to the Season of the Rose. So the first thing I want to do, continue seduction of Ivy. Continue seduction of Ferret. They're good lovers, but they only want no strings attached hookups. Not even like a casual polycule thing. So the objective of finding love for Guinea. Lasting love. He's happy with what he has with Ferret and Ivy. But he has his own emotional needs. These two don't have those needs. They can't give what he's after. Apart from the physicality. So we've helped everybody else, but we haven't fully helped ourselves. Friendship back to Shikan. Relationship Virginia. Milton could help David. First thing to do is David's difficult memories. The experience of death, even though he's come back, is traumatic. But Ivy, who does Hollowness-style confessions, has revealed that she could actually extract memories. So in true fashion of helping everybody before myself, will help David's issues for the final bit of Yule. Aw, still getting kisses. Be prickly, hide my attraction, no. Flirt with Ivy. No time for Algernon here. She likes muscles. 10 points for Ivy. All your clothes from Mr. Vale today onwards. Helping David forget. Ivy, you have mentioned the ability to extract memory, so help us out here, girl. You say you have a way. Everybody else would be asking, do you know of a way? But she has said it. The ink engine has remembered it. Bully for him, not a dentist. Ivy for me, babe. Ask her to do it for me. Accept the refusal that there's no one else in town to do it. That sounds pretty terminal. That sounds final. That sounds like if we haven't ingratiated ourselves to Ivy, she is not going to do it. For me, pumpkin. This is me asking. It's not a favor, though. And hey, the Landows are rich. She knows it. She's been there. I gotta fetch her money, don't I? $4! I'm only 1 penny short from being able to do it. I would have to spend a day getting one more census and then take it at 2 pages. Or I could push her hand. Come on, Ivy. Where do we stand now? We aren't just... We're not like Ferret, we're simply Delicious Sweetheart Companion. We're Delicious Sweetheart and ally. We are Nakama. We are Ayabo. You owe me, Ivy. I am so sorry, but I'm going to pull the boyfriend card. Yeah, we looked after her, peculiar rosebush. She's done it! That's all I had to do to sway her. Indicate we work well together. Give her a kiss of thanks, a flirtatious thanks. I'll give her a kiss of thanks. Demonstrate my gratitude. Try seducing Ivy. Admit feelings for Ivy. Look into her goods for sale. Kiss her again. Let's seduce her. Admitting feelings is more than what she wants. She doesn't want a commitment. Even if I have feelings. Which seems pretty easy to catch. It's not the wavelength she's after. But seduction, let's go for it. Strictly once. No continuance nor exclusivity. Fine, like I said, we're on the same page. Yeah, let's go for it. Now come to think of it, it says here I can't begin a relationship without hope of commitment. So I guess that does imply that it is a type of relationship. Just not a, bells and white dresses kind. Alright. I fully accept what she wants and offers. Ooh, cut to black, huh? Oh, we took her home! She's hatless! How I like my crumpets, huh? It's scones, where you argue jam first or the, cream first, right? So I can't make that joke here. A comprehensive list of likes and dislikes. You know what? I appreciate that some people want everything on the table, but when I'm given the full list of kinks, and they're like, okay, now what's yours? I'm open to most things, so I'm not really the type to be like, okay, I like XYZ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which comes off as pretty boring to just say, I vibe well with anything, let's just see what works. So this feels like communicating a full list of the kinks and anti-kinks, or put the ball in her court. And since I'm not really into I like communication. Communication is cool. Communication is sexy. But since I don't really do the tallied list accountant style, let's put the ball into her court. No taste for cruel, okay. So put the blooding aside. Ask for things I wouldn't ordinarily dare ask, or live up to what she wants. Man, go for it! If you're only along for the ride, then take that car where it takes you. I was just gonna say, you're asking what did I learn? Either someone wasn't a very good teacher, or someone isn't a very good student. She's a magpie and I'm a shiny bauble, brought to the nest with all the others. but cherished all the same. Okay, so David is David done now? Speak with David about the modification of David's memories. Okay, so that's it then. That'll finish off David, I think. We got Ivy to agree. Now I just gotta talk to David. Prickly and hide my attraction to David. Is that an option? We're merely on skeptical informant levels right now. So how's your memory, David? Did Ivy get you all fixed up? I won't pry as to what she did exactly, but I will do on this house call is ask if it helps. I like to use that line on doctors during physicals. Have you had any head injuries? I'll ask as you go down the list, and I'll say, not that I could remember. One time, it made the guy laugh so hard, the others just chose to ignore it and just continue down the list. A second. Am I finally getting glasses? Finishing the second third of the game, and I'm finally getting glasses. I could finally see! It is a good thing I have a filter, a compressor filter on the desktop audio, because that got so loud on my ears right now, but look at the OBS, it's in a nice high green. Sympathize. Be tsundere to him, be off, offer my friendship. Let's offer our friendship. Share knowledge of the world, easy to speak to, I don't know. We do seem to have a shared knowledge of the world, him from his business experience and travels, me from my lower dock work and the sea. Well, we did start off as with him as our fan after all. Jealousy about Phoebe? Nah. Emulate David's cautious approach to what I'm told. I think we did pick up somebody's habits, right? Like Rachel, right? This time around it was how Rachel analyzes people that we picked up on. Like David's extra caution we could pick up on too. I'm gonna say feelings are stronger than ever. And so now we are skeptical friend. Truth seeker, census filler, likable ally. Allies good as friends, that's 2 friends then. 2 friends, 1 lover, antagonist. 3 friends, companions just like a friend. 4 friends, 2 lovers, fling. Ooh, we're up to fling level. Earned her admiration now and again. Antagonist despite helping, flirt, antagonist, skeptical, companion that's like a friend. We got so many friends then. Friend, companion. Maybe companion is like a step before let's officially be friends. I know the guilty party will tell Harjit in the morning. It says I have 3 full days though. Does that mean I can't tell him in the afternoon? I might have to sacrifice my 1 free time slot to make sure that I absolutely make sure that Harjit knows. Lose myself in memories of my time with Ivy. Go for it. Already done the review, so tomorrow we're gonna finish this. Day 304, final day of Yule. Imports from above, silk, confection, full supply of crickets. Nice. And on this final day of Yule we have okay. Stories that can be built have been built. Outfit. Oh yeah, my glasses! I finally have glasses. My own expression harder to read. Encourage me to question what I'm told. I look slightly like a librarian. The spectacle suggests emotional reserve. Look, bud. I just needed to see, alright. By absolute chance, David's prescription matches up close enough to my own. These are need-to-see glasses, not just fashion glasses. Protection of the weak. I'm gonna bring the ministry badge to bring the weight of authority with me. Confluence of ministry and admiralty power. Cloak, hat, badge. Algernon? Sorry, Algernon. Gonna build a story solely to get the save. Save and exit. So I don't have to check with my outfit again. Alright, Harjit. Present theory of murder. Let's get this done. We're finally gonna get to court. Doesn't matter what I'm wearing for this particular task. And oh yeah, the hat is Harjit's gift to us. The Flying Beast of St. Albans. You might want to know about that, Copper. Okay, my theory of David's murder. Tell Harjeet my story about Milton and Phoebe. Phoebe has confessed that she felt a bit miffed about David, but she hadn't intended to kill him. She did use the arsenic candles, but as much as everybody else did, and has it in her mind she might have been involved. So Phoebe's involvement, she could corroborate. Milton has been seen carving sigils into candles, the very same. And Milton said he will confess the truth when he's brought in. So I am confident. Tomorrow the case will be heard. That tells me then. That tells me I might have the morning. Good night's sleep, whatever you mean to do. But I'll take it anyway. Oh, I can still do it. Oh, okay. Alright, we still get another errand. Excellent. So it doesn't just skip straight to. We could visit Archie. Search the archives in the bizarre side streets. We could. Relationship with Barkbougine, visit Ivy. We could possibly seduce her there. Or we could bring our own relationship with Ferret a bit further. Because what I want to be with. Harjeet on friendly terms with. There's a visit with Rachel option. Rachel is a friend, isn't she? Friend. But can that shift? Skeptical friend, David? More like spectacle friend now? Phoebe also says friendship with. We also had some jealousy. Are we able to shift things? Might look intimidating like this, but Rachel's familiar. Intercept Phoebe and keep her in the room. An unexceptional, grumpy, or mention the surface imports. I think I have so many cricket farms. Artistic friends, Milton, Rachel together. So there's not much we can do with our friends then. So friendly calls to our friends won't get us anything at this point. And it seems like when you're upfront about your intents that I want to bang you, or I want to be friends with you, that gets set in stone. Maybe you could drop the friendship enough by annoying them. And then shift things over. Friend to annoyance, where it turns out I'm sorry I liked you after all. So for long-term things, what have we got? The Devils, I'm still on. Phoebe might... Milton was the contributing factor, and Milton will confess to everything, but Phoebe might still take some harsh punishments for being the candle deliverer. Maybe Archie then. Maybe Archie will feel extra grateful for being rescued, and this ends up being an Archie romance thing after all. First. We have the option to seduce Ivy at the end of a business call. So let's talk about Aldrinel's baptism. And then see if Ferret wants to go from kissies to fling status 2. Outfit is perfect to make something better to wear. Oh, they call me their dear. Flirt with Ferret. All this positive attention is going to go straight to their head. Eligius? Oh, the Saint. We still could ferret. We could do our research in the Season of Rose and find enough to say. Meet us in the crypt of St. Albans if you... Oh! So we could bring the rats into the folded church, or we could induct Ferret into rat kind. Hold on, I didn't realize. Take rat hagiography to Ferret? Or revise the narrative into some... Oh, okay. So the story that I wrote about the, it was an either-or choice. Either the dawn of the rat prophet to Ferret, or a conventional one to Theophilus. I thought I was just going to talk to Ferret about what we had going on. I want to induct the rats, though. I want to make the rats part of proper society, and if this is how they want to do it, then we'll simply spend our final day of Yule in the arms of Ferret. Sounds good to me? Continue my seduction of Ferret. Walking in like a member of the constabulary make a particular impression on Ferret and not necessarily a favorable one. We're not close enough for them to overlook my appearance yet. I might dress like a sailor, but the spectacles indicate I must be useless on lookout. Hey! Come on! It's my accommodation, it brings me up to speed. I'm good at lookout because I have them now. Hello, my dear. Hey, Carver. Howdy to you, too. Just in time for us to seal the deal with Ferret. On the eve of the trial's commencement. The investigation is good. We actually made some progress yesterday. Floundered a little bit, but we actually got what amounts to a confession. And so hopefully we'll see it all work out once the court case commences. Oh, this is important business, alright. To hold their terrier, huh? I'm sure we can handle that for him. Kiss Ferret again, emit feelings, kiss them again. Oh, not as close as Ivy, so we can't go straight into seduce. Very romantic conversation, going from a kiss, talking about extracting rat bodies. Goodbye, aww. Aww. Well, let's change for court then. I doubt we'll have a chance tomorrow. I'm gonna go to court, armed for bear. Full-on authority when we go to meet the judge. Oh, come on, Horatio. For Archie. Justice for Archie. Gotta be his support. For his last meal, Horatio! Have some more faith. You wear the cross upon your breast. Eat, since I'll need strength for the morning. Oh, this is gonna be... Are we just gonna go through the facts of the case? Or, is it going to be dialogical combat, where I must present my evidence and my theories, and badger my witnesses, but do it in a way that registers for the room as needed? We're gonna find out now, aren't we? Day 305. It is the end of Yule. It is Christmas. And what better Christmas present for the community than a trial and a hanging? Straight to trial. That's cool. You get to change your clothes before. Came to the occasion dressed nicer than the judge. And this time we're stepping before him, not as the guilty party. Where's the giant scales with the fires on it? Great Ace Attorney led me to believe that the British justice system involved giant scales that tilted left or right depending on if the defense or the prosecution had the jury in their favor. Maybe it's in the stolen river. It could have flown out. Try Mr. Archibald Reed, Miss Phoebe Riley, and Mr. Milton Milton. Phoebe is a victim of circumstance. She was merely lighting candles. Consider the mood of the jury. Inclined towards the prosecution. I gotta fight this out. You're not a fan of how they unsilly their legal system? It's probably a consequence of the fall, though. As he said, the Old Bailey was just freshly repaired. You could still see the cracks. Given that the initial inquest hearing the day of the murder was nothing but drunks pulled off the street, I wouldn't say they've unsillied their court system, though. It appears to still be as primitive and barbaric as ever. Able to welcome the murder victim among us. And how about some clemency? Unusually hailed for one in his position. If you could look a bit more martyr, that would be ideal. Okay. Are you the defense, barrister? Mr. Reed not, as first thought, co-conspirator. So, can we drop this? Archibald Reed, innocent in this matter. Got my acquittal, that's all I care about. But we made David forget his death, or the trauma thereof. Oh man, oh man. Because you get the season of the rose after the season of Yule, right? So far, it looks as if David, for the sake of the court case, is a good recollection of the day leading up to his murder. But what if you could actually screw yourself over by treating David's traumatic memories too soon? And by having Ivy extract the memory of his death, you lose the eyewitness account of his death. And you lose all the strength you have to put the dominoes together. Barrister's a cutie, can we date her? Phoebe Riley came to see to the candles. Mr. Reed. Had reduced the pain. He told us that on the day of his murder, he felt better than ever. Praise for David, heckle David. Steady and respectful silence. Good on you, David, you're doing good. Could have. In my story, I did put it all down as served an eldritch purpose, because I don't know what the devil is thinking. But we know that during the confrontation about Rachel, he did act with some animosity. speaking in correspondence, having a mirror image of David with a split tongue and waxen in appearance, utter at them, and chill Rachel and David both to the core. Milton says he had some experiment going on with them, but I don't know what that means. To light his candle. So Phoebe had entered his room to light candles. Candles that Ivy witnessed was tampered by Milton. So at this point, Phoebe was unknowingly bringing in a bomb. Support to Rachel, support to the barrister. You're doing a good job, keep it up, keep laying on these cards for us. Encourage the barrister, a tiny nod, a fierce grin. I don't think we have that kind of relationship or fierce grin. Glance in Phoebe's direction. Barrister, proceed. Ah, she's a good lawyer. She's not asking the question because she doesn't know. She's asking the question because she already knows the answer. Wasn't any scandal in that, she says, as somebody who might have been at one time pregnant with David's baby. Everything's got arsenic in it. It's okay. It's Victorian London. The candles got arsenic. The drapes have arsenic. The carpets have arsenic. The wallpaper's got arsenic. Mommy's dress has arsenic, and that's lots of things for little baby to crawl around. Applaud Phoebe. Heckle Phoebe. There's no respectable nod for this one, so I'm going to maintain a steady and respectful silence. The Admiral's hat is given the option to heckle people. Maybe there'll be a chance to. Maybe I could really hype up Milton as a heel. Now, see, that's the tricky part about trying to write this story, is that to put it as poison candles that Milton tampered with, I have to have Phoebe as a person who conveyed the candles to there. But I had it written down as she made an honest mistake bringing the candles over because the candles were tampered with. But with the actions and motives, somebody was still turned to vengeance, as written, as put in Milton, had filled her head with unkind things David said. But I tried to make her out as clueless and innocent in this. She loved David. She wanted him to stay down in the neath and not go to the surface. I did put her down as not acting foolish. How to put it? It was not exactly careless either. Made an honest mistake. Made an honest mistake and poisoned him. She made them the same way every time. Let's grant her that. Let's get Milton on the stage and get his confession to amplifying the candles. Her innocent, low arsenic, high burn candle amplified the correspondence. Okay, we've established for the court. She did make arsenic candles that she put in David's room. But she put a respectable amount of arsenic candles, not too many. Stenographer, add all this to your record. You can say devil, barrister, it's okay. Beat you to a judge. Gotta wake up earlier than that. Theophilus is coming to the stand. I hadn't expected that. Is he going to give his expertise on the nature and matter of devils? He does have expertise in... Well, they visit him often enough. Jehovah's Witnesses are reeling and covering their eyes right now if they allow themselves to see a worldly game with magic and demons and romance. Fennec grew up in a Jehovah's Witness household, and so I got a lot of hot goss on that. Basically everything is a fault of devils and demons. I was told that meditation is discouraged because when you clear your mind, that leaves room for Satan to enter. Accomplice to Riley, co-conspirator, or... Where's the option that Milton present that day tampered with the candles and made her the unwilling accomplice, the unknowing accomplice? See, but the trouble is, Poison David was locked in on the left. If I wanted to put in Milton's tampered with the candle, I'd have to go into the right as a motivator, not as a culprit itself. But that does put him as tampering, so we'll see if the court sees it that way. Like if Archie's medicines were tampered with, it would have Archie on the left as a culprit and the tamperer on the right. So maybe it's robust enough. Behaved as I behaved from the motives of hell. Incomprehensible motives. Jury is going to eat that up. Milton did say, when we asked if he was going to cooperate and confess, he said he would say the truth. I'm going to take that to mean that he's not just filling in the gaps and giving the story as we writ it, but actually telling it as happened. In which case, if this is the absolute truth and not just helping us out, this means you got him hook, line, and sinker. And like I said when I was researching about the arsenic candles, I read a little bit about their use in France before being banned, their use in Britain before being banned. Saw a little bit about people getting sick, but I hadn't really read anything about deaths the way you have for the arsenic dresses and the arsenic drapes and the arsenic rugs, and the arsenic wallpapers, and the arsenic Baja Blast, and the arsenic envelope adhesive, and the arsenic temporary tattoos. So headaches and oh my goodness. People did get sick from them. I didn't read anything about deaths, but I did read a lot about people getting sick. The headaches and digestive ailments could have been the candles the entire time. And like I said, David is indoors most times anyway, so he could have gotten more of a dose than Phoebe and Rachel, who go out a little bit more often. Rachel to the salon, Phoebe for her duties. I mean, from what I could tell from Archie, it sounds like he did reciprocate, at least physically. His interest was temporary, oh no. Wait, so that was correct then? That Phoebe confided about affair, or wanted David to stay below, and then Milton put words into her head? That was actually correct? Or maybe the filling her head did not come from him. Maybe his involvement was only. Wait a minute, does that mean that he was helping Phoebe out then? If Phoebe confessed her concerns to him, was that a motive to keep him from going up back to the surface? By killing him and delaying that to keep him down here longer? Was it actually for Phoebe's sake? I can't believe that. It wouldn't last long. What did I say? She was the one who mentioned the possibility of thinking that people would come back from the dead, and why would she think that? Somebody would have to have told her. And who's around the household with needly knowledge? Except he'd be cured of wanting the surface. Milton says no, that's not right. That he couldn't go back. Oh no. In the previous playthrough, when the Cumaean Canal was announced, and Archie was excited to go back home, and was wanting me to go to Glasgow with him, I was wondering if that's even possible. Because like I said, I haven't played very deeply into Fallen London, enjoyed it but didn't go too deep, but in Sunless Sea, every time you go up the Cumaean Canal, you have to worry about the well-being of your crew and can't stay up there too long because the sun is offensive to you, it scorches your skin, you become too much of the neath. So I'm thinking maybe at this point, it's possible that in this less than a year time span, we haven't been neathified enough to burn in the sun. But for David, it's too bad. He's been reborn. He can't be in there. He can't go to the surface. Applaud Phoebe, heckle. Steady, respectful silence. Plus, these are my friends. I'm playing my friends against each other in court. So maybe this is what Milton meant by experiment then. Not helping Phoebe out out of altruism, but doing as devils do, and making Mephistophelian deals with somebody else on the other side this time, not just me. You can have your boyfriend if you murder him and corrupt him enough that the son becomes physically offensive. Clarifying effect on Mr. Landau's indecisive ethical mechanisms. Rachel's reaction, David's reaction, David. All of your dirty laundry is up in the air now. That wasn't a compliment, Phoebe. But she woulda, right? No, she wouldn't have cared. Or Phoebe asking Rachel, and Rachel barely acknowledges that Phoebe exists most of the time. If she was kinder to her help, she might have picked up on the needs around here. But that for certain now, I don't know about that. We're only friends with David. And we're what? Informants with Phoebe? What are we, Phoebe? Skeptical companion informants? So we're not being any third wheels here. We could hook him up still. Well, here's the thing, Phoebe. You just got him sick. Your candles only got him sick. And you only put as many candles as he's always had. Now comes the part where Milton talks about his own direct involvement with the candles, right? You got this, Phoebe. Kill her employer slightly, impermanently, and with great affection. Here it comes. Here's the other foot, the cloven foot. So Phoebe's candle's harmless. If it's a smoking gun, it's a BB gun. Now who attached a bazooka to the BB gun? Sympathetically, heckle him. Oh, that's just a straight up heckle off without the hat. That is a native, locally grown heckle. Gonna maintain my silence. I know the story. Jury has to hear it. Court has to be convinced. Which means, where's my notepad of the whole issue of the second body without a face? I was so excited, thinking that second body without a face was going to be the true David and somebody else is walking around with David's face. That body, that stranger's body, was also dressed up in the Jewish custom and cleaned really quick. And then Rachel paid to bury it elsewhere. In my head, that sounded to me like because she knew it was David, she gave it the proper cleansing and then got rid of the evidence ASAP. But no, that was nothing. She's just a generous soul. So that means then that he exhumed David was also true. There are two truths that could fit into that final action space of what exactly he did. Tampered with the candles to make it burn brighter, exhumed the body. But I guess for the purpose of how did the murder happen, tampered with the candles magically is the more important thing. Oh, it's too late now. Milton, I fixed his memory. He can't remember. After you killed me. Jury, Your Honor, the deceased has positively identified his most culpable killer. A simulacrum grown in the swamps of the lily mire. Pacifies anyone who looked for him except for us, because we could tell that wasn't a real body, a thing that had never been alive. We saw the sigils on his forehead. But that means we got every detail right. We got every single detail. Except for the bit in the story crafting where Milton fills Phoebe's head with falsehoods. He filled her head with the idea that David would come back to life, cured of his ability to go to the surface. That is it. But every other important detail we got. 10 out of 10. How about attempted murder? Maybe we could still pin him for murder, because the murder did happen, he just got better afterwards. Sympathetically to Milton, heckle Milton. Boo! He's talking his way out of it. And this is why, all throughout the game, I had to be the boring one and put a separation of my governmental jobly duties and affections towards those I was interviewing. David maintained no such separation between himself as employer and his employee, the power imbalance, the abuse that occurs, the broken hearts, the shattering of the comfortable workspace. this flare on Milton now. Did that heckle reduce a relationship from antagonist to antagonistic antagonist? Milton, Milton, Milton. Still antagonist. I think Milton has feelings for me, really? Well, he's gotta be hung anyway, so it doesn't matter. Was a murder done here? Was it only an accident? Phoebe, accident. Milton, murder. Has the prosecution entirely failed to make its case? How are we going to define the hallmark of the reasonable person with reasonable doubt in this topsy-turvy world of beneath? Would a reasonable person acknowledge that the rats speak? Archie not guilty. Good. We got a acquittal. That's the most important part. Phoebe too. Oh, come on. Phoebe only brought in candles. Candles of the exact same make. Of the exact same quantity the entire time. Mercy. At least send her to Australia. Maybe there's poetry in this. She was culpable. She did deliberately try to hurt him. They can be together in undeath. There's that. They got a shared experience now. You know, this is what couples do sometimes. Sometimes you hurt someone in anger. I'm not like abusive hurt, you know, like words said. Little spurns here or there. And then you get your comeuppance. And then you get your hurt, like last night playing Phasmo. And I light all the candles of the summoning circle without telling Fennec anything but hey, go hide. The next round, he's got the tarot cards. Grateful for this opportunity to die. So is this to say then that me taking a couple of days to help out Virginia and establish her dominance as ambassador of the embassy, she's not gonna turn around and help her bro out? Sentence only me. Your Honor, he is willing. Archie acquitted. Phoebe spared. As far as I'm concerned, this is as golden ending as it gets for the court case. So, how could I? How could I hasten this? If what I wanted to do was to get all the information that I needed for to get Milton to confess, and to get all the details correct, what would I need? Ivy would have Milton. Ivy would have identification of Milton touching the candles. Ferret would give us a knowledge of arsenic in the candles. Phoebe gave us so much stuff. Phoebe was a whole wealth of knowledge. A little aspect of myself, huh? I think I've got some nail trimmings around here. I could give them my old tea leaves, a peach pit, and a chicken bone. Oh! I got 2 sticks of Old Spice Pure Sport deodorant. He could have 1. To take with him. To remember me by. He's getting me hungry, to be honest. Roasted devil with cinnamon and Indian peppercorn. If this was House of Many Doors, would you count that as god flesh? Would you be able to eat that? I guess a devil would just make a normal corpse. Maybe like some kind of horrible effigy kind of thing. Not an effigy. But some kind of corpse I'm sure you could devour. For some kind of mystical gain. Oh, you totally could. If ever there's a House of Many Doors remake. Because you could certainly eat plenty of god flesh, honey embalmed corpses, regular corpses. Not that you need to, but you could. Brush it. Oh, look at that! Glasses! We finally have glasses option! Can't thank you enough. Pride yourself on seeing justice done. Acknowledge it. We'll acknowledge it. There's no flirty option, though. And while I've got two flings going on, I don't have a romantic interest. So maybe this is gonna end up being Team Archie after all. Because we got two flings and everybody else is either friends, devils, or made of rocks. So maybe this ends up being Team Archie after all, instead of falling head over heels for Archie at the start, and then being so desperately in love and desperate that we sell our souls to free him and end up losing everything because we took the easy way out with devils. It ends up as a slow burn thing. A slow burn thing, as it starts off amicable friends, in which his flirting and my response to it early on gets mistaken for antagonism, but we come to an understanding and then he gets arrested, and after working so hard to free him and he sees how hard I worked to free him, a spark grows, and it turns out that Archie becomes our beloved after all. Let someone else break the bad news. We could go with them though, right? What about the triumph of his work down here? He's done so much help. We aren't close enough though to be like, take me with you. We're not even flirt buddies yet. No, we knew him now. He did say it's customary for his friends to give something of themselves, and everybody here is attached to him in some way. It's awkward between them, isn't it? They got so much in common, though. They both love her brother. Avoid talking about murders. Avoid talking about trials. Avoid talking about doomed love affairs. I say let's talk about that last option. Avoid talking about the ingratitude. Hey, ingratitude of servant. She works hard for a mistress that doesn't even acknowledge her existence, and a master that has taken advantage of her, and still she puts on a smile and does her best. The indifference of mistresses. Let's talk about that, shall we? Avoid talking about bodies being washed for the grave. Yeah, like any other funeral or wake. Milton was willing to play the part of surrogate David once. Hugged her. Let her call him David. Let this play out. Maybe this is what Milton means by he was diminished. He was a fantastic and glorious devil, died, resurrection interrupted by several tons of London falling on top of him, and then comes back as this lower thing with feelings, sympathy towards simple housekeepers. So maybe Milton could have been a possible romance solution up until his hanging. I'm screen capping that because of one of the Discord servers that I'm in. There's a few clusters of people, server owner included, who are very big on studying and mastering the Japanese language when it comes to things like certain wordplays. They're like, oh, this thing only has to make sense in Japanese, and it's a struggle to translate it and localize it for the commercial product. Because when they say embrace, to embrace could mean something sexual. It's like, we have the exact same in English. It's like, what is it? What's that one phrase? It's like, can't be helped. Everybody attached to localization hates the phrase it can't be helped, but we use the phrase it can't be helped because in English we say it can't be helped. And so I'm going to rub this in that in English we also say embraced, with the possibility that it means embrace, embrace, and not just embrace, embrace. Definitely interrupt. Conversation is turned towards animosity. To gouge in what I need Milton to remember. Rachel is about to give Milton's next form some free bottom surgery. That could have been us. It sounds like the weakened Milton is open to affection, so somebody trying for devilish romance could possibly apply something out of his brief existence. If it may be some years, that sounds like her writing career has job security. My judgment on him. This is nothing. The traveler is returning home. He murdered one of my friends. Nearly had another one hanged. Nearly had a third hanged with him. On top of grief spreading around all these social circles. And the time consumed in pursuing this murder mystery that we could have spent romancing Archie or anybody else. Judgment. Oh, you know what? When I made a harsh promise with him that he could have anything he wants from me in exchange for giving me details about Virginia's rebellion, we don't gotta pay up on it anymore because he's dead. What is it? A rash promise? A rashly given favor that we never have to make good on anymore? Silver rope, sigil, stamped talismans knotted in, jade, lapis, carnelian. They're really going all out. Promised him I would not go and cannot break the promise. Well, I might be cheating my way out of one promise, but at least I'll keep this one. Do we get the full 14 days for Season of the Rose? I have no idea, because the last time I went to Season of the Rose, I was already condemned and had become a indentured spirifer, and so my only experience of Season of the Rose is here's your mask, here's a priest, good luck loser, try again next life. Give us a time skip. 306. Oh, you only get one day regardless. Okay. Which means that any romancing you had to do in the seasons of Confessions and Yule. Where was my notepad? Because now I've got to plot this out. How to maximize the time that you're given. I don't have any problems with the inability to do everything there is to do in the game. That's perfectly fine. There's different stories and different ways to tell the story, and the game is certainly short enough that there's no pain at all in playing through multiple times to see different things, or to see things from different angles. We did end up getting a good romance with Archie the first time through right before he got arrested. And then in Season of Yule, we had plenty of time to stumble around and still get Milton to confess and cooperate. Even if we had to spend some time with Batashi Khan and Barkujin to get them back together again. So I should think that if you want to solve the case correctly, and if you want 1, 2, or 3 romances, you could probably make that work with a couple of side stories done at the side too. But if you want to do many things, you might have to sacrifice. Do you want 3 lovers? Maybe you could do 1 lover, 3 side stories, and the murder investigation. Either way, I've clearly been holding this in for 60 some days. So let me BRB. And then we'll get to the end of the game. Alright then. 1 day remaining in the season of the Rose. As if I had the full 14 days. Was kind of hoping I would. Imagine if you could, one final season, to get a few things done. See a few of the stories, one final desperate attempt to make a romance in the preparation up to the festival. Oh well. It's not as if this guinea dies the moment that the game ends, right? This is only leading up to the first year anniversary of the fall of London. He rescued 2 friends. Has made many friends. Has picked up on a couple of very charming flings. If what Guinea seeks is long-lasting romance, he's got the rest of his life ahead of him. How's Milton listed here? Like with this other stuff, baptizing Algernon? We could do that at any time. Archie, theories about the ministry? We could be spending that time between seasons, or in the upcoming seasons, spying on pages. Right. I want to see how it lists Milton now that he's dead. Ineffectually convicted. Ineffectually convicted antagonist. What are you talking about? That was a flawless conviction. our relationship still simmers, though. Could be something more. I think he has feelings for me. Nothing about him being dead. Delicious sweetheart companion. Oh, Horatia's a fan now? Fleeing with Ivy. Murderous companion. An informant. We're not going back to the surface. Maybe good things to come. Agree. Predict things to get worse. I say predict good things to come. It has been a year since he came down here. We have friends now. We started with nothing. We got friends. We got a couple of lovers. Simply describe the scenes outside. Explain it's a festival, a distraction. Why doesn't she go out herself? The journal does say she's got some sort of supernatural control over the fabric of the house. I think that it's less that she couldn't go outside because of the scandal of Archie's imprisonment. I think she's physically unable. I think she's become as much a part of the house as the window panes. You could tell us, Horatio. After all, you're my likable companion and fan. Doesn't trust me? Likable companion and fan and doesn't trust me? Okay, I got 1 day in the season of the rose, and have to make it count. Algernon, you're coming with. No, this is... Yeah, alright, come on, Algernon. I dislike that the spectacle suggests reserve, because again, I just need to see. I went like 300 days without the ability. Acquire a mask or buy gifts before the Feast of the Rose. Attend the feast, look for Harjit. Attend the feast, bring word back to Horatia. Rachel, David, Phoebe, Ivy, Ferret, or feast alone. I've only got 3 coin. You know, there was a sunken parliament, right? But there was nothing we could ever do in that location, so I have to wonder what its purpose is, what we've been missing out on. A selection of scorn gifts. Nah, we didn't make any enemies. We'll take a delicate mask. For meeting friends, knitting matches, pursuing deeper connections. Seems to me that for this first Feast of the Rose, we're getting some nookie. We're gonna like sneak behind some bushes or something. And then maybe we're not so young. We'll bring our future Mr. or Mrs. I don't understand what this is for, Ivy. You're my experienced lover. You tell me what we're supposed to do. Tell me about the festival. Love, seductions, and promises. 2 out of 3 is not so bad, right? Does Mr. Wines also have a ministry? For the person I most desire in my future, friend, lover, spouse to be. Oh well. Okay. Algernon? Where I'm going, I don't need you watching, okay, bud? Ooh, we could go like stealth-like. No one's gonna know that it's me. There's no take Bata Shikan option, I just realized, right? All I can do is a 10 now. Harjeet for Horatia, Rachel, David, Phoebe, Ivy, Ferret. Or alone. Only truth seekers, only census filler. Ally isn't good enough. Would like to be friends. We're not even close enough platonically to take him. Friend is skeptical but friend. Delicious sweetheart. Antagonist. Harjeet is a friend, so we can go. Companion fan. Fling. Flirt. We haven't done too much with Moss. I'm sure Moss would have had his own side quests as well if we got close to him. We could possibly go with Mr. Pages. Rachel's a friend. Theo's companion. So we only we got friend, 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 friend. Fling and sweetheart. Or alone. Let's go with Ivy. Ivy or Ferret have been our seductive, alluring options. Let's take Ives. We've been closest with Ives this time. What if there's an ending for everybody? There probably is. We could probably the autosave is probably before this, since the autosave in the other save file was before I went to confess to Harjeet. So we could see everybody's. Full of hope, curiosity, free of expectation. We are free of expectation. The Neath is our oyster now. We might not have found lasting love, but hey, Guinea has set himself up for the future. be bats in cages. Keep an eye on that. That's gonna be our first scout. Once we get a locomotive of our own. Oh, look at that! Archie's got a doctor mask, Harjeet's got the lion. Check on Archie and Harjeet, Rachel and Grizz. People alone. Let's check on Archie and Harjeet. Oh wait, these are ones that are these the ones that we hooked up? That we kind of pushed together? Oh, that's why then is check up on these two. This is not a good start to the relationship we are having, what Rachel and I had in the previous playthrough, where they start off antagonistic a bit, but they're gonna grow stronger together. Support Harjeet's choice? What's he talking about? Come back to seeing you for a friend? Well, we might ought to push them together. For Archie, a replacement Guinea. For Harjeet, a replacement Usian. But friendship's enough for this. Could I check out on Grizz and Rachel? Rachel and Grizz. Since Grizz was too upset with Pages to go that way. Simple math to both of them. Though is that more of a, like a bandana thing around Grizz's head as well? A little Zorro going on here? Oh, they're getting closer. Oh, they're both getting close. Match made. I'm feeling extra in this conversation. Alright, kids, you all have fun. Lead them to their moment. See, this is nice, right? It's like a dating sim, but there's so much beyond just get the girl type thing in this. Even beyond Guinea's romantic explorations here, you have Harjeet and Archie, who at the end of their story is less smoochy buddies and more friendship that grows out of the scab of a wound. And that is beautiful too, just as beautiful as these two, how to put it, higher class ladies, rich and aristocratic getting together. An equally beautiful story. Others I could stop and speak with before I go on. David, Virginia, Barkujit and Batashi Khan. No mask for either of you? Okay, so even if Batashi Khan doesn't get his shop, the rubbery exodus onto London is at least going to begin pretty soon. Success is all theirs. Luck in their next venture. Good luck. It won't. We know it won't. But good luck to them both all the same. Maybe it will, Batashi-kan. Maybe this should be a motivation to play Fallen London again. Not with the repudiated bastard, but with Guinea himself. No, that would take too much time, that's the thing. It's a fine game with beautifully written stories and possibilities. It's just a lot of investment. Different types of game for different folks. That's why I enjoy when every new Fail Better game comes out, because I can dip in as a tourist of the Neath and enjoy what new bespoke stories they have for us without having to commit hundreds of hours to grinding. People enjoy it, that is fine. Several people in chat have had their expertises with Fallen London, and that is perfectly fine. In this case, I have to pull an Ivy or a Ferret and say that is too much commitment for me, though. A well-rewarded commitment? But still a commitment. David, how's it going? He and Phoebe have not hooked up, I don't think. Well, the mask gives him a charming appearance. He knows he won't be able to go back to the surface himself. There are solutions, right? Sunscreen? We got SPF 50 in the bag? At least for a little bit. They could do the trade route up the Main Canal to Vienna and back. And get sun every once in a while. Not struggling with the memory any longer. That is our doing. We have influence on his ending. A charitable application of that wealth. Refuse credit. Hear out his plans. So what are your plans now? And okay, Virginia, I've given you your ambassadorship. Made your friend hang. We still buds? I suppose she's already wearing her mask, huh? Teaser. Something here to tempt her. Is there? Can we get a bit flirty by the end? It's got a great big clock, that's for something, right? Virginia, to put that so graphically, I think she might want a bit of that after all. Congratulations on your acumen. We did help her out. Congrats, boss lady. May we never meet again. And me. We got to rewrite that character and history after all. That was us. Respond as her superior. Take it in friendly spirit. No, not respond as a servant. A fellow trader in the market that is London. I'm gonna respond as her superior. I do appreciate understanding somebody's wordplay, but then choosing to ignore it regardless. No part in its creation? Again, who wrote it? I didn't see her do the story crafting. We could trade on Virginia's name once and only once. Get Archie in here. Archie, Virginia says we have to get together. Suitable service, favor for services rendered. Better than selling my soul and giving myself over as an indentured servant and losing everybody else in the process. I tried, Virginia! I wasn't able to fall in love this time. We got a couple of flings and sweethearts and that's it. Oh, that's a cute mask. The green is very flattering to the blue and yellow. And very organic, with the mushroom in her hat too. Decide the relationship I want with Ivy. Earn Ivy's admiration now and again. Did I ruin my relationship with Ivy? Wait, hold on. You have the chance to decide the relationship at the end. So, is that the method to jump from friend to lover? But we have earned her admiration. The tangible benefit. What type of relationship do we want? What are my options? Romance. Regret seducing. Regret saying we'd never be committed partners. Maybe he has regrets, but that is simply how she be. No hurry to change what you are now. And everything most delicious, huh? Hey, and Ferret's here. Oh my goodness, look at Ferret's mask. Oh, don't tell me this actually is going to be polycule ending. We got Fling and Sweetheart. Yeah, we don't take on dependence, I know. And so that's what we got going on here, right? A trio who have an understanding with each other and watch each other's backs. Don't say family. Look, give it 100 years and a couple of decades. And family for this sort of attachment is perfectly fine. People love finding their found families. Let them continue. We're setting up the nature of this polycule. So not a family, not a congregation, not a coven of witches. Don't interfere. She wanted us to be a coven of witches and was going to make us hats. One of us. Well, there you go then. This might not be the romance to marriage option, but I think this is just as cool. This nameless thing that we have between the three of us is still a thing. One of them. It's an affectionate thing. We look after each other. Just no promises, no paperwork, no church or law. This sounds good to me. This sounds excellent. This is good enough. Good enough as an injustice. We got Ivy Ferret option. That is good. Ivy Ferret ending. Discount eradications. That is better than a marriage ending. And custom hollow mask masks. See, when they say I don't want any commitments or anything out of this, that is to scare off those who might not respect the boundaries they're putting up. We respect their boundaries, and what do we get? A trio with discount eradications and custom hollow mask masks. This is the big score. Forget Archie. Archie was nice. Oh yeah, I'm still a cop, aren't I? We didn't get fired from the ministry this time. So this is a very mutually beneficial relationship between the three of us. Bespoke masks, discount eradications. And for them, if they ever get in trouble, we got pulled with the ministry. So Ferret Ivy Polycule wasn't just an idea, but an actual aspiration you could achieve, and we got it! Barkajin Batashikan, recognizable fixture of London life, good for them! His trade from obscurity to curiosity to an ooh, well done, Batashi Khan. He's got his own factory. Oh, the Brass Embassy is separate from what Virginia's got going on. Actually friends on friendly terms with Virginia? And here I thought it was strictly business. On the plus side, Ferret, it's not like we finished anything about the rat's congregation. So it could have been worse. Gone Spelunkin. Oh no, we eventually lose Ferret. Don't know where they are. We could have had Ferret join the congregation. But I thought I might have gotten 14 days for Season of the Rose, like I got for every other season. So I thought, oh, don't worry about this. We can do this. We could do this next season. There possibly could have been some change if I had Ferret join the rats or had the rats join the church, but I hadn't. I could have had time to have Ferret join the rats. I could have. Trying to set things up for the rats to join Theophilus's parish would have taken more effort, but I'm pretty sure we could have done something rat-wise with Ferret that might have given them some other anchoring thing here. David is simply, we see him sometimes on the street. A puppet stuffed with bees. But they try their best. They have a very good facsimile of London mannerisms. New sigil unlock ascension on the chain. Encountering the same circumstances as an old regret and choosing otherwise. Ended the game by helping someone enter the hereafter. Ooh. And that's it. Playthrough number 2 done. Rescued Archie, proper like. By way of actually solving the mystery, and despite fumbling around a bit, successfully managed to solve it correctly, pretty much exactly as it went down, going by Milton's testimony, and didn't have to sacrifice Phoebe for it. And even if the romance option we got at the end wasn't a lasting domestic marriage, a throuple with Ivy and Ferret until Ferret disappears is a pretty good ending romantically, I think. Like, Fennec isn't too keen on marriage himself, be it seeing the marriages he grew up under, and not really having any aspiration for it, so perfectly fine by me. It looks as if we still got a happy relationship, so I think that means every single goal that I set up for myself has been achieved. Archie saved, mystery solved, a very fine romance gained. Which means, with all the fun, happy things accomplished in the game, good music, Chapman. We could do a third playthrough instead of playing as an innocent, nice, kind guinea, looking for love, looking to save his friend from murder. We could do something slightly more Blackadder-ish. and do a third playthrough in the vein of the repudiated bastard that I played in my Fallen London days, in the brief time that I had a phone version. Somebody of upper-class origin, descended with London to the gutter and the dregs. Some cousin of a branch of someone's cousin of no importance. Who crawls in the muck while trying to elevate himself, enjoying the pleasure of the flesh and the honey. There's possibility there. That would be somebody who's a lot more sleazy in pursuing anyone and everything that they have interest to him. Maybe won't care as much for the Archie problem and allows him to hang, devoting his time instead to pursuing romances that might bring pleasure to him, or elevation of his station when it comes to Grizz or Rachel, say. And entertain himself by pursuing more of the mysteries of the Neath. So it could be a playthrough that breaks more hearts, gets into more trouble romantically, because not everyone's going to be as understanding as Ivy and Ferret and happy with a throuple. While instead, break hearts, break friendships, while pursuing more side content. Could do. We might not care about Archie. We wouldn't want him to hang. We just won't care enough to do the mystery. So maybe for that one we could do the breakout option. Okay. If I were to play a third playthrough, by way of the repudiated bastard, and how do we do that? How would I make this person manifest into this game? This sleazy, slimy social climber. Who basically does whatever he can to entertain himself or to climb up that social ladder. Connections that are meant to be enjoyed or tossed aside when they stop being useful. I'm sure it could be fun, because it'd definitely be playing with somebody a bit more, sleazy is one way to put it, but a bit less nice. A bit less, oh, we have to do this to help our friends out. Kind of a jerk. Blackadder-ish is probably the best way I can put it. The kind of pseudo-Blackadder third playthrough. First playthrough, totally blind to the game, fall in love, sell my soul, fail miserably. Second playthrough, a bit wiser, solve the mystery correctly, get a good relationship with two hotties, and then third playthrough, have no true alliance but to myself, and use that as an excuse to dig through things more, be more of a jerk to people, be a total sleaze and scumbag when it comes to hearts and parts. That has potential, that'd be funny at least. To do a complete 180, from kind, loving Guinea to an actual bastard. But I think for this game. For this one we just finished. Plenty of sigils. I think we'll end stream here, but first, let me see. How many achievements have we got? How many's left? We got a couple rare ones. Ending the game by helping someone enter the hereafter correctly. Only 2.8% of players have gotten that one. Hell hath such fury. End the game with an infernal solution to a legal conundrum. Selling my soul and then confessing myself to be the murderer. Only 2.9% of players have been so foolish as to do that, and that was my very first ending. Abstracted. Selling your soul, only 2.6% of players have been foolish enough to do. Locked achievements, what have we got left? Ended the game with a surprising revival of legal precedent. Well, that is mysterious. Sanctuary, end the game with a profusion of small and unexpected friends. Profusion of small and unexpected friends sounds like if I took the rats, if I took Ferret to congregate with the rats. That's what I'm thinking that one is. Acceptance, and out of the game of justice perhaps being performed. Censurious, furnish Mr. Page with all possible censuses. Another task that I have saved for Let's Do This next season. We had 14 days in Confessions, though originally it was just, what, 1 week in initial release? And then 14 days for Yule. So I thought 14, 14, gonna be 14 again. Because all we were missing. Vicar, Horatia, Moss. That's it, we're just down 3. Only ones I was missing. Imposter Synod. End the game with an unexpected but necessary ceremony. Imposter Synod. What if it turns out? What if it turns out there was a fake David, as I thought? With that body that was found outside the servant door the day after, missing its face, washed up, paid to go to the Christian church. Milton could have been holding back on us. And merely said what he needed to corroborate the story enough to hang and be reborn. There could be a deeper mystery in all this. Suited and booted, collect every hat and torso in the game. I think I would need. People do give you plenty of gifts. Like Ivy gave us a gift, first in the hat. She gave us a hat, right? Or did we buy that? I think she gave that to us. And then of the elegant cloak, which we could have bought, but she gave it to us for free. Collect every hat and torso item. So I think that would require helping everybody out to get their freebie items. Particularly those who give you hats and torsos, like Batashikan gives the amber lapel. Rachel gives the Spirifer fork lapel. Forget them. Those aren't hats, those aren't torsos. So you could probably help out those you know who will give you clothes and hats of the torso and head variety. Avoid those who only give you lapels or otherwise. and then buy whatever ones they didn't give you. Reunion, ended the game with a surprising reunion. With a surprising reunion. There's all this surprising and unexpected. Small and unexpecteds. Giving you hints but very vague at what he could do. And one hidden achievement remaining. I'm going to assume the hidden achievement, as hidden achievements tend to be, is hooray, congrats, thank you for playing, you got all the achievements. How many more is that? Okay, the one thing I like about the Steam redesign is that when you do the Shift tab to open the Steam overlay in-game, it doesn't open up the friends list automatically on top every single time. I don't know why that was a default, and even if you disable your friends list so it doesn't show up when you open Steam, that doesn't count for opening up in the Steam overlay. It will still always be the very first thing. And now it's not. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 hidden. So 8. 8 more sigils we could put around here to collect them all. Well, unfortunately, it's gonna have to be an early stream, because that is where I'm going to call it. Maybe we'll start right away tomorrow with giving life to the repudiated bastard. And playing his life before he ended up escaping New Newgate Prison. Because that's where all Fallen London characters start, escaping New Newgate Prison. And how that establishes your character. Is he sleazy and escaping? Is he brute forcey? We'll get the sleazy guy going. But for now, I'm gonna make some more banana bread. Because it turns out somebody in my life actually appreciates the banana bread that I make, so I'm going to bank on that and abuse that power as long as we have brown bananas. And I gotta clean up around here because I made a mess prepping for Pride, and I gotta like unpride that up and see my floor again. So let's see what we have going on. Right, Carver? Delish banana bread. The last long-term relationship I had with somebody of a feminine persuasion had no appreciation for my banana bread. Every single time I make her banana bread, she wouldn't eat it until it goes rotten and moldy. And here I have this guy who I adore, who loves banana bread, and I make banana bread, and he enjoys my banana bread. I am going to abuse that power. Strangely enough, I see nobody else is playing Mask of the Rose today. Is anybody playing any other Fail Better game? There is nobody playing Fallen London right now. 220 followers for the category. Sunless Sea? Anybody? There is in fact one person playing Sunless Sea today. And nobody playing Sunless Skies. So in the Fail Betterverse, we only have Red versus Blue Halo, Relaxing on the Sea. So let's go check them out, see what they're like. Thank you for hanging, as we finally brought one game of Mask of the Rose to a happy ending. We'll invoke our inner Blackadder the next time. So for now, stick around for the raid. and we'll go check out Red versus Blue Halo and see how they're enjoying Sun to Sea. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next time.
Tsuki no showerを優しく浴びるとさよならの痛みも消えてゆくよ。ああ思い切り今日生きたやつにはもっと大きな明日がきっと来るのさ。Tomorrow 走ろう新しく Tomorrow 輝こう強く